Caveira.
All right. Thank you so much, the White Crown, Bino, Wolf, and Puki for coming and agreeing to DJ for i.W.A.I.T. For those of you who have never been to an i.W.A.I.T, this is the section part of the show where we get to interview the DJs.
Yay!
Hola.
Hola.
Yes. All right. So, I should ask this, but I always forget. Which part of the world are you guys from?
Brazil.
Oh. Just East Coast. I'm generic.
American.
I'm from U.S., currently in France.
Oh, so it must be very late for you over there.
Oh yeah, it's a solid 6 a.m. right now.
Oh, good morning.
Which means I don't have to worry about my upstairs neighbor giving me noise complaints anymore.
Bonjour.
Okay.
All right. So, again, thank you so much for coming to interview. Or agreeing to the interview and the show. What got you into DJing? We'll go in the order of the event. Bino, what got you into DJing?
Man, it was in the birthday of my friend. I saw a guy DJing and was like, "Oh my god, this is so nice." But that was like a lot of time ago, like in 2010, 2011. But I started DJ really last year, and was because like I was doing nothing and I had like some money to buy a DJ controller, so I bought it and started doing, and now it's becoming a career probably.
Awesome.
But
Oh hell yeah!
All right. Then
So,
White.
it probably started for me with like a VR chat, because VR chat is where I kind of saw that like there is like a lower like entry level for like something like DJing, and then yeah, once after I moved here to France back in January was when I discovered like the hardcore hardstyle music scene, which is absolutely just like a genre that I've like fallen in love with like more than any other. So I've like leaned super hard into it, and then like once I finished classes back in April, I just bought a DDJ 200. I reinstalled FL Studio, and I've been like learning, like watching like a hard like masterclass series on producing, along with like learning basic mixing. And yeah, the VR chat scene has been like super fucking friendly, and all you guys are like super nice and helpful with like learning about this stuff. It's super fun.
Awesome. And what got you into DJing, Puki?
Well, actually, VR chat. I kind of started using SoundPad as a joke in like FET Haven back when it was popular, even like playing music through my mic in Void Club back in like old days, and just grew a passion for playing music for people and like seeing the reaction to like the shit I do. I guess I don't know. It's just kind of music go burr.
Yes, music,
It's a fun
music,
little
and
hobby.
music indeed goes burr. It also goes brap brap.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what equipment do you currently use? So, a lot of you are relatively new as far as like DJing. Like what 6 months is like the oldest as far as DJing?
I've been doing it for my first set was probably 6 months ago in VR chat, but I've been messing around for I'd say 8 months,
So 8 months.
if not a little less.
So what is?
yeah,
Good.
oh, I would just say that about the same time. Like I think it's no, it was last year. I started like in the end, like in October. Yeah, yeah. It's not just it's not 1 year. It's not even 1 year of DJ.
Nice. And then you said you're
Oh yeah,
about the same time frame.
Well, I started like learning back in like April, and then it was like a few weeks ago I had like my first set in VR chat, and that was like for like my Discord, going to show them Ancients of VR. But that was like technically like a private. It was like invite only, so it was like a smaller event. This is my first public event, like a VR chat event that I've like DJ'd for. So
Oh, thank you so much for making I wait your first public and
My debut.
Yes, there we go. Grand debut. I was going to say grand opening. Like, wait a second, this is not a store.
Not yet.
Yes. Yeah. I wait hoodies in 10 years. Let's go.
Let's go. I'd buy it.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I think
I got like my shelter and AVNC merch.
nice. Like eventually, I do want to make this an actual hoodie in Meat Space.
Yeah, totally do it.
Yep.
With Bursta? With
Ju-
Burmeister?
Well, just the default without any of the logos. I probably would keep the camera crew on it,
Yeah.
but
Keep your
everything.
own logo somewhere on it too.
Yep. Well, my own logo's right here in the center. It's a heart.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. True.
but
I would totally buy that.
as far as like what equipment do you guys currently use as far as DJing? Like what deck? Is it a Pioneer? Is it a Tractor?
I got
Newmark?
Yeah. Yeah, I got that Pioneer DDJ 200.
Nice.
Yeah, I started with a DJ Control Impulse 200. It's like the entry level for them. And now I am with the 500. It's way bigger. It's 2 channels too. It's it's like the DJ 400, but with more bells and whistles. It's more newer too.
Nice.
Yeah, I was about to say I just have a DDJ 400 that I got maybe a month ago. But I did for most of my DJing. I did a couple sets just with keyboard and mouse, which was a little finicky, but still very fun.
Yeah, it is very finicky, but it's fun. Like honestly, sometimes when I get lazy. Like my DD 400's in my closet up on a shelf. And like I don't want to get my DD 400 out. Let's just see how these tracks mix. Keyboard and mouse. Let's go.
Yeah, I think everyone does that. Even me.
Yeah. So there's nothing wrong about DJing.
I tried to
with a
like
keyboard
use
and
the.
mouse.
My
Yeah,
problem
just
with the
to
mouse though is
see
like
if
the index
everything
controllers like
goes
get in the
in.
way of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to slide them up on my
Yeah.
wrist.
That's what I noticed
It's
today.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was my first time using like the
Just-
controllers while DJing, and I was like, whenever I like used to use the mouse, I'm just like trying my best not to like randomly click the X button or something.
Yes.
It's all fun and games until the bottom of your controller hits your fader. It's the worst.
Oh,
That
It's
is
really bad. Or like the tempo.
yeah. That is why I actually literally have duct tape over my center crossfader.
Oh god. That's probably.
yeah,
a
I
good
don't
idea.
use my center crossfader
not
too.
bad.
I
Yeah, I don't use it.
I had a problem
Here's a little bit.
where like my parts of my body touched the crossfader and did something and did stuff and it was bad
Yeah. or it's fun when you're playing
because the G controller was low. It was
Yeah.
very low.
Yeah. Or it's fun like when you're like going up and trying to do the track selection and you end up accidentally your wrist strap touches the jog wheel and like makes it sound like you're scratching a little bit. Like no, don't do
Oh.
that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And I think like weird stuff happening. Like how do you deal with weird stuff happening in your set? Like if you're playing a mix and your software crashes or you hit the wrong button and the track stops. How do you deal with that?
Oh, I had a problem in my first live DJ, like in real life, that I played the same song 2 times. So I was like, oh my god. So I just like echo it and drop it and put the other thing. It was like I try every time to keep up, even if it's something happen. The DJ software crashing is like the worst case scenario for everything. But yeah,
I had that happen tonight.
probably.
Mine is not crashed yet.
It's so
but,
bad.
I would say the thing with mistakes is just to try to go with it. Like you were saying, you can't really fix a crashed software, but if you load like the wrong song, most people don't really notice unless you like play the whole thing out the same exact way you did before.
Yeah, I just have like an OBS slide that says technical difficulties with some dude punching the shit out of his laptop. So if it crashes, I just throw that up, which is what happened tonight when Rekordbox froze.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And then yeah, just like you, it's like just like y'all said, it's like if I like press the wrong button, try to recover. If it's something like super obvious, like if the music cuts out for like a couple seconds, like people are gonna notice it. I just like kind of look at the eyes and just, you know, whoopsie.
Oops.
Yeah, my bad.
Whoopsie.
Just making sure you're listening.
Yeah, that is what I see with VR chat. If it cuts out the
Keeping
music
it
for a few
entertaining.
seconds, like you like accidentally like
Everyone
don't have the
stops, like,
the
jumping.
volume slider turned on, or you load it onto the wrong track.
Oh, yeah.
In VR chat, if it's like only a few seconds, people will just assume that like their like
glitch.
the media player wasn't working for them. Yeah, and they'll just like go and resync. No
Yeah.
one will notice.
Yeah.
A crowd of people just go.
Yeah, or like everybody just rushes off to the nearest racing button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep dancing, and people will assume it's playing for you.
Yep. Or if you like, you accidentally hit pause the wrong track, or hit play pause button the wrong track. You do what Corey Kuma does and just hits it like, oh shit, freezes, and then carefully pushes the button. that way you can make them
like,
yeah, that way you make people think like, oh yeah, this the internet glitched out. No, he didn't actually hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
I believe the worst thing that could happen is loading the next track onto the current track. You cannot recover from that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, luckily with Virtual DJ, it has like, you have a track currently playing on this. Do you wish to load this track? And they're like, oh, no.
Oh, I need that.
Let's see. Do you have any tips for a new DJ wanting to start in DJing and such?
just
I
start.
have like a
Just do
Yeah.
it. Just
YOLO.
go. And practice. And do a lot of practicing and ask your friends. Be very annoying. Ask your friends to listen to your shit and say to them to do some criticisms and stuff like that. This will help a lot. And be yourself. Be yourself.
Nice.
Be yourself, DJ.
Anything else you guys
I
want
do.
to add?
Yeah, I do have like an equipment recommendation. As far as like entry level, like a common entry thing is like the DDJ 200 or 400. I got the 200. The 400 is like not much more expensive, and it has like a few features that are like kind of significant, especially for VR chat DJing, because again, it's very annoying using the mouse with like the index controller.
Yep.
So yeah, I definitely kind of wish I got the 400.
50 extra bucks. Let's go.
I would highly recommend just having a lot of music and learning how to categorize them, because you can't just play random genres after each other unless they sound similar. You know, you got to learn how to mix music, I guess, through just practicing.
Mhm.
But yeah, just having a lot of music helps a lot.
Nice. Going back to what Bino said, how do you deal with criticism? Or how do you recommend people deal with criticism?
Violence.
Yeah.
I would say not violence, but if someone is being like a dick with you, just ignore them. Like it in the internet, it's so easy. The problem is when you're doing it live. I never had the problem, but I know some people that had it of dealing with people being dicks in live. But in the internet, just ignore it. If the guy is trying to criticize you in a manner that's not constructive, is not trying to help you, just ignore him. It's just being a dick. But if he's trying to be constructive, like get that self in and try to get better. Like see the criticism as something that's going to help and better you.
Definitely good advice.
Help better you.
And anybody else has any input?
I guess I've never been put in the position to where someone is negatively criticizing me. I mean, I've had friends or people like, oh, you gotta, practice your mixing when I first started, but I don't know. If people don't like my music, I'd assume they leave. Because, like you said, it's the internet, you don't have to be here.
Yep. And you can always,
Yeah.
and you can always look at him, point at him. Block.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, again, like the VR chat scene, like the music scene here, everyone is so fucking wholesome.
Yeah, it's very much.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been
I
DJing
never
for
see
very
someone
long, but I've never seen
criticize
someone
me
else get. Yeah.
in a bad manner, like trying to be just a dick with me. Most of the times that people could criticize me in VR chat was just being amazing, trying to help me on better myself, and that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I really do appreciate constructive criticism a lot.
yeah,
Because
and
like I don't know half the time.
yeah. And honestly, like the best way to give, for those who don't know, the best way to give criticism, the best way to give criticism is to point out what can be improved on, and tell them how they could potentially improve on it. And then, if they don't follow your advice, that's perfectly fine. You have to learn to accept it. That it's, their mix, their way of doing things. So you don't, you can't force it.
Mm-hmm.
Flick's a very awesome DJ who, awesome metal DJ, likes, asking this question, like, how do you deal, well, we already did discuss, like, how do you deal with the haters, but, like, I'm going to twist it, though, like, how do you deal with that little fucker in your head that says you're not good enough? Because everybody has one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I look at it as like stage fright. Like before every set I play, I'm like, oh, maybe someone else should play, or whatever. But once I get up here, it's gone. I don't know. Once you start going, it kind of goes away from you.
Yeah. I feel the same way, just because like the music, like I like all the
Yeah,
DJ
yeah.
music that I DJ is music that I fucking love. So it's like, and that's one nice thing with
Exactly,
DJing
yeah.
is, until it's like, unless it's your own music that you're like producing, pretty much it's like, doesn't matter how much you fuck up. Eventually, you're just going to be jamming out to some song anyway. So
Mhm.
as long as you enjoy the music you're playing.
Yeah, like DJing
For me,
is
it's like
good. Sorry.
for me, like it's hard to do with it, but having your friends and they giving you like advice or stuff like that, or just them being there and vibing, just reassures that I'm not that bad. People like it, and that happens. That happens to work around with you. But yeah, for example, I changed my style recently. I was playing like house music,
Mhm.
and I came back to playing breakbeat and breakcore stuff,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, let me see if this type of stuff people likes. So I was very very like, okay, I don't know if people are going to like if this change of style is going to make people go away, and this all added anxiety on myself. So I'm trying to grind away it, like just deal with it.
Turn up the music loud enough that you don't hear the.
Well, I
hear-
recommend.
My tinnitus rings louder than the voices in my head.
Yes.
Yeah. That's gotta be a quote.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
but
will tell to that.
yeah. But you were going to say something?
Oh, I recommend just try playing stuff that you vibe with. Like, learning how to mix a lot or a wide variety of music is fun if you want to get more venues and more sets. But if you're not enjoying yourself DJing, it's kind of like,
Yeah, that's the thing. I was playing house just for like because it's the most popular stuff and people loves it and it's easy to play. Everything like it's very digested for you. But I was like, okay, that shit's not for me. I don't like to play this. And not saying bad about the house DJs, they are awesome. I know someone that's there in the house DJ, and he's jumping right now. And but like it's not for me. I want something more harder to do, something more that it's akin for what I listen in my day, and what makes me feel myself.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
like all the DJs probably agree with me that if the DJ's not vibing with their music or their set, the audience can easily pick up on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is that asshole doing? They're not enjoying what they're playing. Why should I?
Yeah.
Oh, great!
It is sometimes kind of hard though to like keep that going while like also, especially if you have like something like technical or like difficult just to remember that you're like doing on the controller, because then it's like you want to like be jamming out, but at the same time you're like trying your damnedest not to like hit the wrong button or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
On the
yeah.
controller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you don't want to know when the next track's coming up, watch the DJ. They're going, and then they're like, stop. Yeah, okay, we're good.
That was literally you for an hour straight. Just I don't know how you did it.
Yeah, like how did you keep up that energy? Seriously.
Yeah. We were all down
And
there
that's why I'm
watching,
playing
like,
with, like, an
holy
essential mix.
shit.
Love it. The music's energy.
Like here, I thought Draco had energy. You just blew Draco out of the water.
Draco is laying down. I'm surprised you're still standing.
Yeah, you're burning a lot of people. You were like, oh my god, I can't keep up.
Yeah,
Dead.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him lay down before.
Draco
Yeah.
just gotta start hacking.
Though honestly, I think I think this will be the last I.W.A.I.T I do. Come back, Draco. You're adorable. But I think this will be the last I.W.A.I.T that I do that's like all hardcore. Because I gotta give people
I don't blame you.
I gotta give some people. Actually, scratch that because I'm inviting since VR Chat was having such a fucky wucky issue with the servers being down. I didn't know how long it was going to be until servers are back up, so I have invited these three wonderful DJs to come back in about 2 weeks. So the first week of September, on the first Thursday in September, so it'll be September 1st, these three wonderful DJs are coming right back. So if they already bought it now, they're going to bring it even harder.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
So if people wanted to like hear your sets or hear like your other music and such, where can they go?
Mixcloud, the same. I don't know if it's,
It's not
appearing
visible.
the screen. Yeah, it's the same name in my VR chat if you're here, and everywhere. It's like in Mixcloud, and yeah, even is where I upload because of copyright.
Yep. And that's BINOWULF.
Yes, Bino Wolf or Bino Wolf. Is your
Yeah.
preference.
Yep. And then we got the White Crown. That's on Mixcloud, right?
Yep. And my Mixcloud, if I remember right, has spaces between the words.
Okay. And then
I actually only have a Twitter. I don't have somewhere to upload my sets. Yet, at least.
Well, after I.W.A.I.T, after this event, you should. Mixcloud is
Mixcloud?
Yep, Mixcloud, because Mixcloud is actually, for
Yeah.
those who don't know, Mixcloud is designed for DJs and sets. So we don't, and when we upload stuff to Mixcloud, we don't have to worry about copyright because they actually have an agreement with the copyright holders where they will actually scan through all of our songs and then make sure the appropriate people get paid for the tracks that we put in our sets. So that's why
That's nice.
that's why Mixcloud isn't copyright protected or takedowns. Yeah, avoid YouTube. Like I had a set that I uploaded in November.
Yeah,
I literally had a set that was on there since November of last year, so almost 8 months or more, and it finally got a manual copyright takedown because I played "Wicked" by Excision in a set.
Oh, dude, people have their own music copyright stricken like automatically by other like groups and companies and stuff. So
Yeah.
YouTube's aggressive for no reason.
Yeah.
So here's a question that I always love asking the DJs. I'm going to give you some time to think about the answer. If you were to send a message back in time to you when you were first starting off DJing, what message would you send back? So, like, one DJ said, "Ditch the bitch, she's holding you back," referring to his ex-girlfriend. Another one said, like, just it sends back, "Hey, you're doing good. You're on the right path. You'll get there someday." Like, what would you send back? Like probably you, like, "Don't buy the 200, buy the 400."
Yep. Buy the 400 fucking. Trust me, you want to be able to track to the controller.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard question. I would say,
Wait a minute.
don't spend a lot of money with speakers. Go with the headphones first.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
actually a
for
good
sure.
one.
I would just say to maybe keep a more open mind about just everything, including DJing, of course.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's always a good one. You keeping it open in mind, not trying to be closed off. Like, it's good in life and in general. There are certain things that you should avoid, but other stuff, yeah, you should definitely keep, an open mind, because if it's not your cup of tea, somebody else may drink it.
Also, another small thing, just for like, not necessarily just for DJing, but like also for like IRL events, get concert earplugs. It is very nice, like to go to IRL events with like good quality concert earplugs and leave without your head feeling like it just got blown up.
Yes.
That's a pretty
Yeah.
good feeling, though.
Yeah, and definitely get the concert.
If you have a closed on, you can use it.
Yeah, the concert earphones are definitely good. Don't get if you're going to a concert, don't get the little foam ones that you squish and shove in your ears.
The foam ones.
Yeah.
Oh god.
My friend got one stuck in his ear.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He had to like go to like the medical
Oh,
like
God.
area there and be like, "Hey, I got an earplug stuck in my ear." That's so
Oh
bad.
Oh,
jeez.
Yeah, but for like $20-$30, you can actually buy earplugs that will drop the decibels down to like 30 decibels, but keep this quality of the sound still there. So, us as DJs, we gotta protect our hearing. There's sometimes like I'm mixing at home and I'm like, I get done mixing and like ring, like I done fucked up.
Yeah. Is this out of tune or is my ear out of tune?
Yep, my ear. Ow, ow, ow. All right, any last things you want to say before? Yep.
I have one thing that's about volume. Do a good mastering, like have the gain in the end, like in the end of the EQ. Use it. I love
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of DJs I know doesn't know how to use the gain, and they blow
The
now all the
peak.
stuff. Yeah. The
Oh
peak.
yeah. Also,
Use the peak
Yeah,
meter.
people who DJs who redline, you can really tell in VR chat, especially because of the encoding through OBS. When DJs redline,
Yes.
it really like cuts off the audio completely.
yeah.
It
As
is.
if we could,
I
like,
redlined
do-
on this pre-record. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely good to like do a run through your set in VR chat because I've noticed that today. I had to I was like messing with the gain like most of the time just because it was like so much different than like when I was like doing it before on my computer with just like my regular headphones.
Yeah, I just keep it a habit to adjust it during like a build up or something to so like you can notice if the volume is going up or down to just barely make sure it's not redlining. I do like to keep it a little high up though.
Yeah. Yeah, and then also like when you're bringing in a new two tracks playing, back off your first track while you bring in the new track. That way you don't slam them both. That way you don't have the audio going like here loud. I've done that a few times. Ugh.
Yeah. My DJ software has it shows the waveform changing size, so I can like see if it's going to headline because it's going to all the top of the waveform. So I don't know if it's Serato or Record Box does it.
Actually, yeah, that's a good question. What software do you use? Like I use Virtual DJ.
I use Record Box. I used to use a lot of virtual DJ though.
I am
Especially
the
on keyboard and
weirdest
mouse.
one. I use mix with 3x, like mix with 3x in
Six,
the
six.
end.
Huh.
Yes.
Is it safer?
Oh, I've heard of that
Hey.
one. Yeah, almost tried that
Yeah,
one. When
I
first
use
started.
that one.
Nice.
I might try that out along with
It-
like virtual DJ, because I use like record
Yeah, I
box and
recommend
It's
if
it's
you're
very-
easy
starting
to
out
freeze a
virtual
lot.
DJ. Virtual
Yeah,
DJ is very
it's
user
very
friendly.
lightweight and it works on Linux because I do my stuff on Linux.
Huh. That's cool. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
you're definitely are the odd one. You DJ on Linux with Mix, and that's Linux with one X.
Yes.
All right, so as the night's drawing to a close, any last things you want to say before we wrap up?
Mm,
Hydrate,
I don't
hydrate.
think so.
Yes.
Oh yeah, stay
Join
hydrated.
i.W.A.I.T.
Get a lot of sleep.
Join
Join the Discord.
This is awesome.
Yes. Join i.W.A.I.T. It's not only for the DJs; it's for those who we play for. You know, like i.W.A.I.T. As far as like I designed this to like initially it was just me DJing by myself, and it got boring. Then like screw it, let's bring friends in, and now it started like it started off small, but now it's like
That's where that comes from.
6 minutes. Yeah, because it used to be because you play for you know of IBT. I'm bored. It's Tuesday. So like I'd always DJ on Thursdays, and one of my friends Roxy's like, you know what, IBT, like, well, how about you go i.W.A.I.T because you're warned and it's Thursday. But then I decided to open up a once a month a Saturday set because we got a lot of European friends who can't stay up and unlike you can't stay up until 6 a.m. in the morning to DJ with us.
Poor guy.
So I run the events on one Saturday a month. I'm trying to get with the other groups. So like, okay, you can have the first Saturday, you can have the second Saturday. I'll take the third, and you can take the fourth Saturday of the month. That way I'm not stepping on any toes, but that way the Europeans can have a chance. The European DJs can have a chance because I personally, this is my pet project, but it's also me being greedy because there's so many awesome DJs in VR chat in the real world that I would love to do a show with. But like, I can either wait for somebody else to build a lineup. Like, no, screw it. I'm building a lineup. I want you on my show. I want you on my show. I want you on my show. You're playing with me or playing for me. Let's do it. And it's working out 6 months later.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Very nice.
I would like to point out, I just realized it's 6 a.m. and he's still.
No. See,
Fancy.
no. See that?
I mean,
that's an animation right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
The secret's out.
No, I actually do like just sleep in the mornings. Because again, I finished classes back in April, so I've just been doing like my thesis, and I don't actually so I don't have like anything time pertinent during the day that I have to do. So yeah, I just sleep during the mornings. It's actually like I normally go to bed at like 7, 8 a.m.
I try to go to bed by like 5, 6, but still morning question mark.
The
Working
IRL
on
scene
it.
here in France actually does like follow the same schedule. It's like most stuff starts at like 10, 11 p.m. here and like goes until like 7 and 8, 9 a.m. the next morning.
And then you got to
God.
go to work at 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
They go from the rave to
their
work.
train lines open back up by the time the event's in. So some people do just straight up take a
Oh.
train, go to work, take a shower, go to work.
Oh god.
Oh, and I'm saying that i.W.A.I.T is awesome because I blown out my deadline and he was like, oh, there is no problem if you just send it here before noon, it's going to be fine. And he did it.
Yeah, it's like that. Like
So thank you.
yeah. See, as far as you get me enough time to have 30 minutes to download it and get the OBS scene set up, I'm fine. Because sometimes I like to have a little bit more extra time just to be easier, but like missed deadlines and such, there's no real reason to be annoyed about it or get angry about it. It's like, it is what it is. You can still work to fix it, but don't get angry and don't blow it off. Get it done. And honestly, if you said I can't do the live record, I would just send you the VR CDN link and how do you stream and do it new.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the future, due to some of the technical difficulties, I'm going to revise and make it like, hey, you can do a live set, but please record an hour long set just in case.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's the best case.
Also, nice thing with the pre-recording is then you have like a cleaner version that you can put on Mixcloud, which is like what happened today.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
like
did
finished
happen to me
recording
too.
mine and then
My
immediately got into VR chat.
my recording stopped halfway
I-
through, so I had to I missed
Yeah,
a good 25 minutes of the set. And I was like, ah.
But the good thing
So
about
it's okay though.
yeah, but the good thing about some of the DJ softwares is they actually keep track of your playlist. So like, okay, let's go to the beginning of the playlist and then redo the transitions. Like that's what I'll do with some of my sets. Is I'll do a live set mix, like upload the mix. Like, dude, these songs really were good together. Let's go ahead in the playlist and throw them aside as tracks that I could use for a different set for a different situation. Yeah, but since he's still dancing and it's getting pretty late for even the United States, even anything last that you want to say before we bid our farewells until the next I.W.A.I.T?
Great hardcore sets. I love hardcore DJs.
Hell
like
yeah.
myself feel awesome.
Hardcore.
I hope the audience we didn't kill anyone or
3, 2, 1.
make anyone pass out. So besides Crayon.
Yes, yeah. And then as far as DJs for
Oh no.
next month, or not next month, but next week, we are going to have Fizzwolf. They are let's see, it's late, my brain's not wanting to work. Let me just pull up my database.
It's a hardcore.
Yeah, Happy Hardcore.
Is there hardcore?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, Happy Hardcore.
Yeah.
Which is not as hard as these guys, but it's up there. Then we're gonna have
It's hard.
It's the harder flavors.
No.
and then we're gonna have Jenny Bear come to the I.W.A.I.T stage as well. This will be, I think. Let me unmute Jenny Bear because I think this is going to be their first mix for an event. I can see it. Yep, they're nodding. Yep, their first set. So as far as for you DJs, you don't have to be an established DJ like Buru Tatsu or DJ Amiot or Corey Kuma or the various other DJs who DJed for I.W.A.I.T but also have DJed for Ferality and other events. Just if you want to DJ, hit me up. If you're not comfortable with doing an hour-long set, we can agree to do a half hour, and we can either give the extra time to the extra DJs or find another person who wants to do a half-hour set. I will work with you because I want this to be the most easygoing, comfortable, badass event that I can run.
Hell yeah.
And honestly, I'm going to call it here. So thank you so much, Puki, Bino, and the White Crown for agreeing to come to I.W.A.I.T and making this night such hardcore.
No pun intended.
Yes. No.
No pun intended.
No. Pun intentionally intended. Let's do.
Oh, okay.
Let's not be lying.
Nice.
But all right, let's wave to the camera and until next week, we all wait together.